Imagine a game that makes any kid feel like a guitar legend, allowing people to play the most popular songs by their favorite bands quickly and easily. Oh, did I forget to mention it's not on a real guitar? Anyway, these types of games were my whole childhood in a nutshell. Besides Tony Hawk Pro Skater and that game, Guitar Hero was the only game I really played as a kid. And I played it a lot. I used to have it on the Wii, PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS, and on my phone. I ended up getting pretty good at the guitar on that game and was playing most songs on hard, not to brag. Although there was this one song that always gave me a whole lot of trouble. I know I'm not talking about Through the Fire and the Flames because everyone knows that one's impossible. But the song I'm talking about is Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson. In grade 5, Bryn Thorson Music Academy came to my elementary school for after-school guitar lessons. Already being obsessed with guitar because of Guitar Hero, I really wanted to join this program. To my surprise, my mom was completely fine with paying for this and having me learn guitar. So I ended up getting lessons from Eduardo Bana, the school's best guitar teacher. After the program was over, I loved playing guitar so much that I wanted to learn more, so I ended up taking lessons at their music academy in town. From there, I continued lessons with the same teacher and ended up progressing really fast. Even he could tell you I was really talented. Over the years, I ended up learning half of the Guitar Hero 3 soundtrack on guitar. Songs such as School's Out, Sunshine of Your Love, Bulls on Parade, Paranoid, Holiday in Cambodia, Raining Blood, One by Metallica, and so many more. Most songs I learned take anywhere from 5 minutes to 2 hours, although, like Guitar Hero, Cliffs of Dover always sounded impossible to play. It was just such a challenging song. At my high school, we have to do this project at the end of grade 12 called the Capstone Project. This project is basically where you track some type of learning over time, although you can really just do anything as long as it's school appropriate and a markable project. When I first heard about it, I was clueless on what topic to choose. Obviously I wanted to do something with music, but I wasn't set on a specific topic until I heard about the Passion Project format. This format would allow me to learn a song on guitar and track my progress over time. The only thing is that I had 3 months to do it, and like I said earlier, I easily learned songs in less than a day, so I had to pick something very hard to play. It didn't take long to remember playing Cliffs of Dover and Guitar Hero and remembering how crazy that would be if I learned that on a real guitar. Obviously I knew it would be insanely difficult, but how else do you improve at something? So on December 21st, 2020, I started learning Cliffs of Dover and tracked my progress. I used a website called Songster to learn this song. So Songster is a website where you can learn basically any song on guitar. So if I want to learn, say, Crazy Train, I can look up Crazy Train, and there's Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train. Click it, and it brings you to how to play the song. And my favorite part about this website is it'll play the tab to you. So if I click the space bar, and there's also ways to learn drums, bass, rhythm guitar. You can learn the vocals on guitar too, except they play you an English horn, which is not my favorite, but it works. So yeah, say if you wanted to learn Crazy Train on guitar, this is how you would want to do it. So they also show you how to play Cliffs of Dover on this website, which is how I learned how to play it. So if I look up Cliffs of Dover, here we go, click it, and it shows you the whole song here. I'll play you the first bit to get a gist of it. December 21st, 2020 was my first day trying to learn this song, and it went pretty well because I already knew how to play some parts. I had learned this song years ago for like 10 minutes, but I couldn't even get close back then. One of the parts I learned repeated 3 times throughout the whole song, which is this part right here. Obviously that wasn't perfect, but I think you know what part I'm talking about. So this gave me a lot of confidence because I had learned a lot of percent of the song because of that one part, which was 22%. But like obviously there's a few other parts that I learned that contributed to that 22%. But yeah, that was the main contributor right there. Also this part of the song is another part that contributed a lot to it. I ended up noting my progress as hours of the song played. This would give me a good variable to graph at the end, and it would also just be kinda cool to see. On December 22nd, 2020 was my second day and 4th hour learning the song. It was a big jump in progress because I had already learned the intro, which was known as the hardest part of the song, and I definitely agree with that. And yeah, it wasn't perfect at proper speed, but it was still something good, and I was proud of it. At this point, my arm would hurt a lot when I was playing this song because of how fast and technical it was, so I'd have to take 10-second breaks very often. I had also started tracking the percent of the song I had actually felt like I could play, or in other words, how perfect it felt. Anyway, here's a video of what I learned that day. Up until January 16th, 2021, I was just practicing and perfecting the first half of the song. I was noticing that improvising, tab reading, and overall playing was just getting a whole lot better, faster than usual. On January 16th, I learned a bit more of the song and was feeling way more confident in playing the first half. I had learned 65% of the song according to the bars, but it felt way more like 50. Up until February 19th, I was learning and perfecting the whole song, except for 2 parts of the song, which I was leaving out until I'd perfected the song a bit more. Between January 16th and February 19th, I'd finished writing an album for my band, learned how to read tabs ridiculously fast, and just overall got a lot better at guitar. I also started doing guitar for the whole day at school around this time, so I was forced to improve on guitar. On March 5th is when I actually felt like I could play the song pretty much perfectly. I recorded a video of me playing it on March 10th, which you will see a clip of very shortly. Now that I had all this data, I wanted to make some graphs with it. I had tracked the overall time spent learning the song, percent of the song at a point in time, and perfected percent of the song at a point in time. I ended up making some graphs for hours played over time, percent learned over total time, and how much it felt like I learned compared to the progress. This is the percent learned over total time graph, and it represents the rate at which I learned this song. This shows that I had learned a lot of the song very quickly at first, but then I started to lose interest in learning the song and slowed down as time went on. This is the percent learned over hours spent learning this song graph. This is basically the same as the last graph, though it cuts out the days I did not play due to it being total hours and not over time. If the slope is higher, then I'm learning more per hour. This is the percent perfected over percent learned graph. If you imagine there's a linear line diagonal from point 0, 0 to 100, 100, the closer this function is to the imaginary linear line, the more I've perfected what I already know. The slope is how quickly I'm perfecting things. If the slope is low, then I'm more focused on learning. If the slope is high, then I'm more focused on perfecting. When the slope is vertical, it means I was just perfecting what I already know instead of learning. There were days where I was just perfecting and not learning, but there were no days where I wasn't perfecting. This shows that anytime you're learning, you're also perfecting. This song really pushed me to excel in guitar insanely fast, and I'm happy I did this project. Learning this song opened a lot more doors for me, like maybe even trying to learn Through the Fire and the Flames in the future. Anyways, I spent a lot of time perfecting this song, but obviously I'm not Eric Johnson, so the recording isn't going to be completely perfect. Well, you can decide how I played it. In the future, I plan to continue learning music, but I don't really want to go to college for music. I'm probably going to have my own studio in the future because I already have all the equipment for it. And I was thinking of teaching music or guitar lessons in the future, but not right now because I'm still a teenager. And that's not the most professional look, in my opinion. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, subscribe to my YouTube channel at koop music, and see you later.